Guys, let's talk about Mohammed Kudus. Tottenham are in talks again with West Ham to agree a fee for Mohammed Kudus. Also, Kudus to Chelsea has a very big question mark, and I want us to discuss this and many more live here. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it. I want to begin by saying this. Mohammed Kudus' new agent, Roof Agency, are doing an excellent job. Look, we need to give them their flowers. Look at the way Tottenham and Chelsea are going toe-to-toe for Mohammed Kudus. It's good to see a Ghanaian player in this position, in this light. It's very, very positive. So, guys, I want to say this. Roof Agency are doing an excellent job for Mohammed Kudus. Now, let's talk about his release clause. Mohammed Kudus had his release clause active on the 1st of July, and it will be active until the 10th of July. Now, this is the release clause. £80 million for European clubs, £85 million for EPL clubs, and also £120 million for Saudi Arabian clubs. And I've said this in my previous video that no club is going to trigger the release clause because it is too much, especially these EPL and European clubs. They are not going to trigger it. It is too much. They see it as a high valuation for Mohammed Kudus. Only the Saudi Arabian clubs would definitely trigger this, but Kudus has said no to all the Saudi Arabian clubs that have shown interest in him. Now, let's talk about the latest update. Yesterday, we had a report stating that Mohammed Kudus and Tottenham have reached agreement concerning personal terms. And now, let me read the report to you very, very quickly. Now, the report states that Tottenham has a total agreement with Mohammed Kudus over a contract until June 2030, which is a 5-year contract, with a salary worth £8 million gross, including bonuses, which is very good for Mohammed Kudus. That is an increase in salary from what he's earning at West Ham. And per multiple reports, he's going to get higher percentage on image rights, which is very good for Mohammed Kudus. So, guys, this is the latest update between Mohammed Kudus and Tottenham. But we all know that Tottenham submitted a first bid for Mohammed Kudus, which was rejected. It was £50 million plus £5 million on add-ons. West Ham rejected it, feeling that there is a huge gap in valuation. West Ham wants £65 million upwards total package for Mohammed Kudus. And these two clubs are in talks. Tottenham and West Ham are in talks to agree a fee for Mohammed Kudus. They feel like Mohammed Kudus is their topmost priority when it comes to signing for next season. But then let's talk about the positions Mohammed Kudus could play at Tottenham. When it comes to that number 10 role, Mohammed Kudus can play there. But then he's going to meet stiff competition from James Maddison and also Kulusevski. These two players are very, very good players, and they also play in similar positions, just like Kudus. When it comes to the left wing, Heung-min Son is also a player Mohammed Kudus could have to compete with. When it comes to right wing, Brennan Johnson, that is another player Mohammed Kudus will have to compete with. And when I look at all this, I believe that Kudus will definitely go to Tottenham and start, because looking at the players in all this position, Kudus is an upgrade on Brennan Johnson. You and I would agree. James Maddison and Kulusevski are good, but Kudus can equally do what they do. Heung-min Son, if he was 26, 27, I would say okay, but now he's 30 or more than even 30. He has time to be corrected. At this age, I believe Kudus would be a very good starter for Tottenham instead of Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son is the captain, yes. But then he's aging. That's the thing. That's the truth. The speed is not there anymore. But then, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Kudus goes to Tottenham and starts? Because I believe he goes to Tottenham and starts. But then let me know yours down below in the comments. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Mohammed Kudus. Tottenham are in talks with West Ham again, so they can agree a fee for Mohammed Kudus. Then Tottenham will submit an official bid, which will be the second bid for Mohammed Kudus. So, guys, this is the latest update concerning Mohammed Kudus. Now, let's talk about the Chelsea angle. Chelsea have informed the West Ham concerning an interest in Mohammed Kudus. But then they have to sell players to be able to afford Mohammed Kudus. And also, Chelsea have spoken to Mohammed Kudus concerning them being interested in the player. So Chelsea have registered interest in Mohammed Kudus. That is the point I want to make. Now let's move on to the next point. Noni Madueke As I said in my previous video, we'll be leaving Chelsea to Arsenal. Arsenal has agreed personal terms with noni madueke. So as I'm speaking to you now, it's just left for Chelsea and Arsenal to agree terms, so this move can become a done deal. Once this is done, Chelsea are going in for Mohammed Kudus. They appreciate the player and they believe he will be a very good addition to their team. But this is where the big question mark comes in. Ethan Nwaneri. I hope you know this player. He's an Arsenal player. Now, this player is in his final 12 months of his contract. And Arsenal have been speaking to this boy so he can renew his contract and also extend it. But the player is not budged. The reason is the player wants guarantee from Mikel Arteta and the club that come next season, he's going to get regular playing time. So because of that, the player has not signed yet. Now, Ethan Nwaneri is a right winger. From reports, Chelsea are interested in the player. In fact, Chelsea has spoken to people closer to the player that if the player feels like he can't get those guarantees, Chelsea are ready to promise him regular playing time. And I ask myself, looking at Chelsea's squad and the players they have, Mohammed Kudus might go to that club and not get a lot of game minutes because of the number of players playing in the positions Mohammed Kudus will play in. Now, Chelsea are not only after Mohammed Kudus, but they are also after Ethan Nwaneri. That is where the big question mark is. But Chelsea, definitely, if they sell noni madueke, their next target is Mohammed Kudus. But then they also believe that they can sign Kudus and also sign Ethan Nwaneri, who is currently not happy with the situation and wants guarantees from Arsenal. Arsenal also doing good job in the market. Gyökeres, Matis Zubimendi, they're bringing in good players to make sure they have a life. After Thomas Partey departed from the club, they want to have a life without Thomas Partey. Let's see how next season goes for Arsenal. But then, guys, this is the situation with Mohammed Kudus when it comes to Chelsea, which I feel there's a big question mark. Now, look at this. When it comes to that number 10 role at Chelsea, you have Cole Palmer and also Christopher Nkunku. The reason why Christopher Nkunku is not getting regular playing time at Chelsea is one, because of injuries, and two, because of Cole Palmer. And do you think Kudus will go there and bench Cole Palmer? You and I know the answer is no. Let's move to left wing. Gittins, left wing. Tariq George, left wing. Neto, left wing. Come on. 3 players, left wing. Do you think Kudus goes there and benches any of these players? He can bench some, but trust me, Neto is on 4. So definitely, that means Kudus will have to compete with Neto. Let's move on to right wing. Neto plays right wing. You have seen it this season. He can play left and right. He plays right wing too. You also have Ethan Nwaneri, who is a right winger that Chelsea is also interested in. If Kudus comes to join, now they'll have about 3 players who will be playing there. You get my point. I feel like Chelsea have too many players in all these positions. And that would mean Mohammed Kudus would have to compete and compete and compete. And if he's not able to impress, like in the first few games, he'll be set aside for other players to play. We don't want that. We want him to go to a club where he's given the opportunity to play. And I feel like Tottenham can give him that. Chelsea like this, there are too many players at Chelsea, especially their forward. Too many. I mean, I'm not even talking about João Pedro and co. He's also versatile. He can play all these positions just like Mohammed Kudus. But then, guys, this is the situation with Mohammed Kudus to Chelsea. I think, for me, I would prefer him going to Tottenham than Chelsea. It is too much. Chelsea wants Ethan Nwaneri again, another right winger. So where would Mohammed Kudus play? I don't know how they're even going to use him, but then they have registered interest in the player, and this is what we are getting. But the way I see Tottenham moving, Tottenham might complete this deal in the coming days. Make sure you take note of that. Tottenham will complete this in the coming days. They are still in talks because they want to prepare a bid that would actually suit what West Ham wants. So they are in talks with the club. Chelsea, too, what we hear is that they want to submit £55 million fixed amount plus £5 million on add-ons, which will be a total package of £60 million, which is exactly what, West Ham also wants. But then, guys, this is the latest update. We'll follow up on this and bring you more updates concerning Mohammed Kudus. Now, let's move away from Mohammed Kudus and talk about Patrick Agyemang. Patrick Agyemang was born in the United States of America to Ghanaian parents. So he's eligible to play for Ghana and also play for the US. Now, the player said, The Ghana Football Association never contacted him. So because of that, he decided to play for the United States of America because that was where he grew up from. He played football with his friends. He has friends and family there. That's where he grew up. So he decided to play for the United States of America. Now, this player became a professional footballer 2 years ago. And now what we are hearing is that Derby County in the championship are seriously interested in this player. Now, this player currently plays for Charlotte FC in the MLS. And so far, last season, he played a total of 18 games across all competitions, scoring 8 goals and providing 2 assists. He's a center forward, and they have shown interest in signing this player. From what we hear, the player has a game to play today. Yes, the CONCACAF Gold Cup final today against Mexico, USA against Mexico. He has a game to play today. On Monday, he's going to have his medicals and complete a move to Derby County. Now, the details of this move is 5.8 million pounds. That is the amount involved. 5.8 million pounds for the player. So personal terms has also been agreed between the player and Derby County. I mean, this is a fast one for the player. 2 years ago, he became a pro player, played for Charlotte. Last season did excellently well. Now he's going to the championship to play for Derby County. I think we missed out on a very good player, potential good player, because he's just 24. He's just 24 years of age. And looking at the way things are going for him, I think he has a very bright future. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Patrick Agyemang from Charlotte FC to Derby County. Now, let's move away from Patrick Agyemang and talk about Jordan Amissah. Jordan Amissah is a goalkeeper, and he has played with Ghana's under-23 team before. When we played in the AFCON under-23, he was part of the squad, but they did not get regular game time. But he played friendly games with the Ghana under-23 team. Now, this is a player that has been very, very good. Now, last season, he played for Ross County. He played for Ross County and played a total of 22 games, had a save percentage of 70.8% and also clean sheets 4. That was his performance last season with Ross County. Latest updates is that he has signed for another club. The name of this club is Burton Albion. Now, they have signed the player from Ross County, and I'm happy for the player. They signed him on a 2-year contract with an option of an extra 1 year, which is good for the player. Now, he played with this club on loan before, during the 2022-2023 season, when he was a player for Sheffield United. He went on loan and played for Burton Albion. He only played 2 games for the club, and then returned to his parents' club, Sheffield United, where he was sold to Ross County. Last season, he did not perform bad, but now Burton Albion have come back, signed the player, and they signed him for a 3-year contract with an option of 1 year. Now, this is what the head coach said about the player. He says that we would like to welcome Jordan back to the club. He has made a big impact during the latter part of the season for Ross County with some really strong performances. Jordan has gained a lot of experience playing against Celtic and Rangers in Scotland, and we look forward to working with him and continuing his development. He already knows Ken, our goalkeeper's coach, and we feel that we will help Jordan settle back very, very quickly. Now, this is coming from the head coach of Burton Albion. I hope the Black Star coaches and the goalkeepers trainers are watching this boy. The future is here. So, guys, this is the latest updates concerning these players. Let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. And let me know what you think about what I said concerning Mohammed Kudus to Chelsea. I feel like Chelsea has too many players in the position Mohammed Kudus is playing in. I believe Kudus going to Tottenham. He'll get playing time, good money. He's going to get the hype. Forget Tottenham like joke. If Kudus go there, trust me, there are a number of Ghanaians that are going to join Tottenham. A lot of Ghanaians joined West Ham because of Mohammed Kudus. You get my point. So, guys, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, you go vibe.